Something just entered our solar system. Like this year, 2025.
Okay, so an asteroid?
Not an asteroid.
A comet?
Not a comet either.
Then what the hell is it?
That's the problem. Nobody knows. And that's exactly why it matters so much.
Oh, wait, hold on. NASA didn't figure it out? The entire scientific community?
They named it, called it 3I/Atlas. But here's the thing. This is only the second interstellar visitor we've ever detected. The first one was called Oumuamua back in 2017.
So we've only seen 2 of these things? Ever?
Ever. In all of human history, 2 cosmic wanderers from outside our solar system. And now, 8 years later, another one shows up. 3I/Atlas.
Okay, so it's rare. But scientists love rare things. They should be celebrating.
They are celebrating, but they're also confused because this thing doesn't fit any category. It has no comet tail, no ice, no gas. It's traveling on a hyperbolic trajectory, which means it's not trapped by the sun's gravity.
So it's just passing through.
It's just passing through, like a visitor who showed up to a party, didn't RSVP, and nobody knows what it wants. And the craziest part? We don't even know where it came from.
Okay, that's actually hilarious. But why should I care? It's just a space rock that's passing by.
Because a psychologist named James Hillman, who died in 2011 before either of these things even arrived, had a theory about why mysterious cosmic visitors matter way more than we think.
A psychologist for a cosmic phenomenon?
Exactly. Because Hillman understood something most scientists miss. The universe doesn't just send objects, it sends messages. And this one is about freedom, intuition, and why you might be more trapped than you realize.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Are you telling me that an unidentifiable cosmic object is basically the universe saying, hey, you're stuck?
I'm telling you it's a perfect image of liberation. A wanderer that's not bound to anything, not trapped by gravity, not following the rules, just existing on its own trajectory. And it showed up in 2025, the year you're trying to figure out who you really are.
So this is about breaking free from determinism?
This is about understanding that you're already free. You just don't know how to recognize it yet. And this cosmic visitor is showing you how.
And this connects to intuition, to spiritual development?
Everything connects. Your intuition is that part of you that knows you're not supposed to be trapped. It's the voice that says there's something more. And the universe just sent us a cosmic messenger to prove it.
All right, I'm in. But before we go deeper, I need to know, how does a space rock teach us about intuition?
By showing us what true freedom looks like. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why Hillman would have seen this visitor not as a scientific anomaly, but as a call, a direct message from the soul of the world.
The soul of the world?
Yeah, that's where it gets really interesting. And it's been trying to reach us for a long time.
Okay, so if you want to learn how to decode the universe's messages, how to develop your intuition, and how a mysterious cosmic object arriving in 2025 is literally showing you the path to freedom, hit that subscribe button, because in the next few minutes, we're going to blow your mind.
And trust me, once you understand what 3I/Atlas really represents, you'll never look at the night sky the same way again.
Let's go.
All right, so let's talk about what makes 3I/Atlas so weird. Because the first thing people ask is, isn't that just a comet?
Right. I mean, we see comets all the time. They're like the classic space visitors.
Exactly. Which is why scientists were so confused when this thing showed up and was like, nope, I'm not a comet.
Can objects refuse to be classified?
Apparently, yes. So here's the thing about comets. They have a very specific job description. They're basically dirty snowballs made of ice, rock, and dust. And when they get close to the sun, the heat melts that ice and boom, you get that beautiful glowing tail.
The tail. That's the iconic comet thing, right?
Exactly. That tail is like the comet's signature. It's proof that there's ice in there. It's proof that the sun is heating it up. It's proof that you're looking at a traditional comet.
So 3I Atlas has a tail.
Nope.
It has ice.
Nope.
It's being heated by the sun and releasing gas.
Nope. And that's where it gets creepy.
Creepy? How is a space rock creepy?
Because it's traveling through our solar system, literally passing by the sun, and it's not reacting to it at all. It's not melting, it's not glowing, it's not leaving a trail. It's just there. Like, it's immune to the sun's influence.
Wait, that's actually wild. So what is it made of?
That's the million-dollar question. Scientists have been studying the light that bounces off it, something called spectroscopy, and they can't figure out its composition. It could be rock. It could be metal. It could be something we don't have a name for yet.
So it's literally unidentifiable?
Functionally, yes. And here's the kicker. It's traveling on what's called a hyperbolic trajectory.
Hyperbolic? That means...
It means it's not in orbit. It's not trapped by the sun's gravity. It came from somewhere else in the galaxy. It passed through our solar system, and it's leaving. Forever. It will never come back.
So it's a true wanderer. It doesn't belong to anything.
It doesn't belong to anything, and that's the beautiful part. Because here's what a comet does. A comet is bound. It's part of the solar system. It orbits. It returns. It's predictable. It has a home.
But 3i Atlas...
is free. Completely free. It's been traveling through the void for millions of years, not trapped by any star's gravity, not bound to any system. It just exists on its own trajectory.
Okay, so scientifically, it's mysterious and unclassifiable. But why does that matter spiritually? Why is that important?
Because, according to James Hillman, the universe doesn't send us random objects. It sends us images. And the image of something that's completely free, completely unbound, completely itself, that's not a coincidence. That's a message.
A message about what?
About what you're not. About what you've been taught you have to be. About the gravity that's been holding you in place.
Whoa. Okay, so the comet that isn't a comet is basically the universe showing us what freedom looks like.
Not just showing us, it's proving it. Because 3i Atlas exists. It's real. It's traveling through space right now, completely free from the constraints that bind everything else in our solar system.
And Hillman would say that's not just physics, that's psychology, that's spirituality.
That's the soul of the world speaking directly to your soul, saying, look, this is possible. Freedom is possible. You don't have to stay in orbit.
But wait, if it's just passing through, if it's never coming back, doesn't that mean it's also alone?
Now, that's the real question. And that's where Hillman gets really deep. Because freedom and solitude are not the same thing. But a lot of people confuse them.
So what's the difference?
That's what we're going to explore next. Because understanding 3i Atlas isn't just about seeing a cool space rock. It's about understanding the archetype it represents. The wanderer, the stranger, the one who doesn't belong anywhere because they belong everywhere.
And that connects to intuition?
Everything connects to intuition because your intuition is the part of you that recognizes this image. It's the part that says, yes, that's me. That's who I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so we're getting into the deep stuff now.
We're getting into the real stuff now, because in the next section, we're going to talk about what Hillman called the Anima Mundi, the soul of the world, and why this mysterious visitor is actually a messenger from that soul speaking directly to your deepest intuition.
And how that helps me break free?
How that helps you recognize that you're already free. You just need to learn the language.
Then let's learn it.
Okay, so we've established that 3i Atlas is this mysterious, unbound object traveling through space. But here's the thing. It's not random that we're seeing it now. It's not random that it arrived in 2025.
You're saying the universe has timing.
I'm saying the universe has intention. And James Hillman spent his entire life studying how the universe communicates through what he called images, symbols, archetypes.
Okay, so what archetype does 3i Atlas represent?
It represents the wanderer, the stranger, the eternal outsider. And mythology, this shows up everywhere. Hermes, the messenger god who doesn't belong anywhere, the Flying Dutchman, the Wandering Jew, the Fool in the tarot.
So these are all the same archetype.
They're all expressions of the same energy. The energy of someone or something that refuses to be contained, that moves between worlds, that doesn't fit into the normal categories.
And 3i Atlas is the cosmic version of that?
Exactly. It's the universe saying, hey, this archetype, it's real. It's not just mythology. It's a fundamental pattern of existence.
Okay, but why does that matter to me? I'm not a wanderer. I have a job. I have a home. I have responsibilities.
Do you? Or do you have the illusion of those things because you've been taught that's what freedom looks like?
Okay, that's a loaded question.
It is, because Hillman would argue that most of us are trapped in orbits, psychological orbits. We think we're free, but we're actually bound by gravity, by expectations, by what our parents told us we should be, by what society says a successful person looks like.
So the wanderer archetype is about breaking those orbits.
It's about recognizing those orbits and then choosing whether you want to stay in them or not. Because here's the thing, 3i Atlas didn't escape the sun's gravity by accident. It was never trapped by it in the first place. It came from a different system. It had a different origin.
So it's not about rebellion, it's about being fundamentally different?
Now you're getting it. And that's where Hillman's concept of Anima Mundi comes in, the soul of the world.
What is that exactly?
Imagine that the world, not just Earth, but the entire cosmos, has a soul. Not in a religious sense necessarily, but in a psychological sense. Imagine that everything that happens, every event, every object, every phenomenon, is an expression of that soul trying to communicate with us.
So the universe is literally alive?
According to Hillman, yes. And not just alive, it's conscious. It's trying to speak to us, but we're not listening because we've been trained to see the world as dead, as mechanical as just matter and physics.
And 3i Atlas is the soul of the world trying to get our attention?
It's the soul of the world showing us a picture of what we need to understand right now in 2025, when so many of us are feeling trapped, stuck, like we're orbiting something that's not even ours.
Okay, so what's the message? What is the soul of the world trying to tell us?
It's trying to tell us that freedom is possible, that you don't have to stay in the orbit you were born into, that there's a part of you, your intuition, that knows this already, that recognizes this image and says, yes, that's me. That's who I'm supposed to be.
But how do I recognize that? How do I know if that voice is my intuition or just wishful thinking?
That's the crucial question. And Hillman has an answer. He said we need to learn to stay with the image, not interpret it, not try to fix it, just feel it.
Feel what?
The resonance. When you look at 3i Atlas, this object that's completely free, completely unbound, completely itself, what do you feel? Not think, feel.
I feel longing and also fear.
Exactly. And that's your intuition speaking, because your intuition recognizes something in that image that your conscious mind hasn't admitted yet. It recognizes the part of you that wants to be free, and it's also terrified of what that freedom would cost.
What would it cost?
Everything you think you're supposed to be. Everything you've built your identity around. Every orbit you're currently in.
That's a lot.
It is, which is why most people ignore the message. They see 3i Atlas and they think, oh, cool, a space rock. They don't realize the universe is literally showing them a mirror.
A mirror of what?
Of their daimon. That's Hillman's term for your true nature, your destiny. Not the destiny your parents planned for you, not the destiny society expects from you, your actual destiny. The thing you came here to be.
And how do I know what that is?
Your intuition knows it. It's been trying to tell you your whole life, but you've been taught to ignore it, to trust logic instead, to follow the orbit.
So developing my intuition is about listening to that voice?
It's about trusting that voice, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it scares you, even when it tells you to leave the orbit.
And 3I Atlas is proof that it's possible?
3I Atlas is proof that it's possible. It's traveling through space right now, completely free, completely itself, and it exists. It's real. It's not a metaphor. It's not a fantasy. It's a 400-meter-long piece of evidence that the universe supports freedom.
Okay, so the wanderer archetype, the soul of the world, intuition, freedom. How do these all connect?
They're all the same thing seen from different angles. The soul of the world is constantly trying to awaken the wanderer in you, and it does that through images, symbols that your intuition recognizes immediately. 3I Atlas is one of those images. It arrived in 2025 because you needed to see it.
You needed to see it?
Everyone who's watching this needed to see it, because we're all at a point where we're being asked, are you going to stay in the orbit, or are you going to become a wanderer?
And there's no middle ground.
There's always middle ground, but the soul of the world isn't interested in middle ground right now. It's sending us visitors from other star systems. It's showing us what's possible. It's asking us to wake up.
This is getting intense.
It's supposed to, because your life is intense. Your freedom is intense. Your intuition is intense. And the universe is matching that intensity.
So what do we do with this information? How do we actually use this?
That's the next part, because understanding the archetype is one thing, but embodying it, actually becoming the wanderer in your own life, that requires something specific. That requires you to learn the language of the soul of the world.
And what's that language?
It's the language of symbols, of images, of imagination. Not fantasy, imagination. The ability to see beyond what's literally in front of you and recognize the deeper meaning.
And how do I learn that language?
By staying with the image, by meditating on 3I Atlas, by asking yourself, what is this trying to tell me? What part of me does this represent? What am I being called to become?
And the answers will come?
The answers are already there. Your intuition already knows. You just have to get quiet enough to hear it.
Okay, so we're moving into the practical stuff now?
We're moving into the transformative stuff now, because in the next section, we're going to show you exactly how to use this cosmic visitor as a tool for developing your intuition and breaking free from the orbits that are holding you back.
I'm ready.
Then let's go deeper.
All right, so we've talked about the archetype, we've talked about the soul of the world, we've talked about freedom, but now comes the real question. What do I actually do with this?
Right, like I can't just go float through space like 3I Atlas.
No, you can't. But you can learn to move like it, psychologically, spiritually. And that starts with your intuition.
Okay, so how do I develop my intuition?
First, you have to understand what intuition actually is. Most people think it's this mystical thing, like you just feel something and boom, you know the answer.
Isn't that what it is?
Not exactly. According to Hillman, intuition is your soul's ability to recognize images. It's your capacity to see the deeper pattern beneath the surface. It's not a feeling, it's a knowing.
What's the difference?
A feeling is emotional, it comes and goes. But a knowing, that's something your entire being recognizes as true. It's like when you see 3I Atlas and something in you goes, yes, that's real, that matters.
So intuition is about recognizing truth?
Intuition is about recognizing your truth, the truth that's specific to you, your daimon, your destiny.
Okay, so how do I practice that?
We're going to give you 3 practices, 3 ways to develop your intuition using 3I Atlas as your guide. And these aren't theoretical. These are things you can do today.
I'm listening.
Practice 1, the image meditation. The first practice is what Hillman called staying with the image. And it's simple, but it's powerful.
Okay, lay it on me.
You're going to find an image of 3I Atlas. Or if you can't find one, you're going to close your eyes and imagine it. This object traveling through space, completely free, completely unbound,
completely itself.
And then what?
And then you're going to sit with that image for 10 minutes, not trying to understand it, not trying to interpret it, just being with it, feeling it, noticing what comes up.
What do you mean, what comes up?
Emotions, memories, sensations, thoughts. Your intuition will start speaking to you through these, and your job is to just notice them without judgment.
So I'm not trying to solve anything.
You're not trying to solve anything. You're just creating space for your intuition to communicate. Because your intuition doesn't speak in words. It speaks in images, in feelings, in resonances.
And how does that develop my intuition?
Because every time you sit with an image and let your intuition speak, you're strengthening that muscle. You're training yourself to recognize the language of the soul of the world. You're learning to trust what you feel, even when your logical mind doesn't understand it.
How often should I do this?
Start with once a day, 10 minutes, that's it. But be consistent, because intuition is like any other skill. It gets stronger with practice.
Okay, practice 1, image meditation. What's practice 2?
The second practice is journaling, but not regular journaling. This is what we call the Wanderer's Journal.
What makes it different?
Regular journaling is about processing your thoughts. This is about discovering your thoughts, about uncovering what your intuition already knows.
How does it work?
You're going to ask yourself 3 questions, and you're going to write the answers without thinking. Just let your hand move. Let your intuition write through you.
What are the 3 questions?
Question 1. What orbit am I currently in that doesn't belong to me? This could be a job, a relationship, a belief system, a way of being, something you do because you think you're supposed to, not because it's yours.
Okay, that's deep.
Question 2. If I were completely free, like 3i-Atlas, what would I do differently? Don't censor yourself, don't think about practicality, just write what your intuition knows.
And question 3?
Question 3, what am I afraid will happen if I leave the orbit? Because freedom isn't just about desire, it's also about facing your fears. Your intuition knows what you're afraid of. Let it speak.
So I'm basically having a conversation with my intuition.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Your intuition already knows the answers to these questions. It's been trying to tell you for years. This journal is just giving it permission to speak.
How long should I spend on this?
20 minutes, 3 times a week. And here's the key. You have to read what you wrote. You have to let those words sink in, because your intuition is showing you something about yourself that you've been ignoring.
Yeah, this sounds intense.
It is, but it's also liberating, because once you see what your intuition knows, you can't unsee it. And that's when real change starts to happen.
Okay, so we got image meditation and the Wanderer's Journal. What's the third practice?
The third practice is physical. It's called the hyperbolic walk.
Okay, that sounds dramatic.
It is, and here's why. Your body holds your intuition. Your intuition isn't just in your head, it's in your cells, in your nervous system, in the way you move through the world.
So, what's the walk?
You're going to take a walk anywhere, doesn't matter. And as you walk, you're going to imagine yourself moving like 3i-Atlas, not trapped, not following a predetermined path, not orbiting anything.
How do I walk like a cosmic object?
You don't walk like it. You walk with the energy of it. You move with intention, but without destination. You notice where your intuition wants to take you, and you follow it.
So I'm just wandering.
You're wandering with awareness. You're paying attention to what catches your eye, what makes you pause, what calls to you. And you're following those calls instead of following your usual route.
And that develops my intuition. How?
Because you're training your body to trust your intuition. You're literally embodying the wanderer. You're moving through the world the way 3i-Atlas moves through space. Free, responsive, alive.
How long should I do this?
30 minutes, once a week. And here's the key. You might end up somewhere you didn't expect. You might have a conversation with a stranger. You might see something that speaks to you. That's your intuition working. That's the soul of the world communicating through your body.
This is wild.
It is, and it works, because intuition isn't abstract. It's embodied. It's something you feel in your bones. And when you practice moving like a wanderer, your intuition gets stronger.
Okay, so we've got 3 practices: image meditation, wanderer's journal, hyperbolic walk. But how do these connect to actually breaking free?
That's the key question, because these practices aren't just feel-good exercises. They're training your intuition to recognize what needs to change in your life.
So after I do these practices, I'll know what orbit to leave?
Your intuition will start showing you. Through the meditation, you'll feel what doesn't belong to you. Through the journal, you'll see it clearly. Through the walk, you'll embody what freedom feels like. And then you'll know.
But knowing and doing are different things, right?
They are, which is why this is important. You don't have to leave the orbit immediately. Hillman wasn't about reckless freedom. He was about conscious freedom, about understanding what you're choosing and why.
So I might stay in some orbits.
You might, but you'll be choosing to stay, not just defaulting to it. And that choice, that conscious choice, that's freedom. That's what 3I IITLS is showing us. Not that you have to leave everything, but that you have the capacity to choose.
And my intuition helps me make those choices?
Your intuition is the part of you that knows what you need to choose. It's the wanderer inside you. It's your connection to the soul of the world. And the more you practice listening to it, the clearer those choices become.
Okay, so let me summarize. I meditate on the image, I journal about my orbits, I walk like a wanderer, and through that, my intuition gets stronger and I start to see what needs to change.
Exactly. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to figure it all out right now. You just have to start practicing, because the practices themselves are the transformation. Every time you sit with the image, you're becoming more free. Every time you write in your journal, you're becoming more conscious. Every time you take a hyperbolic walk, you're becoming more alive.
So it's not about the destination, it's about the journey?
It's about recognizing that you are the journey. You are 3I IITLS. You are the wanderer. You are the soul of the world expressing itself through a human body. And the practices are just ways of remembering that.
That's profound.
It is. And it's also practical, because by the end of this week, if you do these 3 practices, you're going to feel different. You're going to know something about yourself that you didn't know before. And that knowing, that intuition, that's your intuition waking up.
And then what?
Then you start making different choices. Then you start moving like a wanderer. Then you start living your actual life instead of the life you think you're supposed to live.
Okay, I'm convinced. But I have one more question.
What is it?
What if I do all this and I realize I need to leave something major, like my job, or my relationship, or my entire life structure? What then?
Then you have a choice to make. And that choice is yours alone. But here's what Hillman would say. The soul of the world doesn't send you messages just to mess with you. If your intuition is telling you to leave something, there's a reason. And that reason is connected to your Daimon, your true destiny.
So I should trust it.
You should listen to it. Really listen. And then you should make the choice that feels most true to who you actually are, not who you think you're supposed to be.
Even if it's scary.
Especially if it's scary. Because fear is usually a sign that you're at the edge of the orbit, that you're about to become a wanderer.
Okay, I'm ready to start practicing.
Good, because the universe just sent you a 400-meter-long cosmic messenger. It's time to listen. But here's the thing. The cosmic timing isn't just about the collective. It's also about you, personally, right now.
What do you mean?
I mean that 3I Atlas didn't arrive in 2025 by accident. It arrived because you needed to see it, Because you're at a point in your life where you're being asked to make a choice.
What choice?
The choice between staying in the orbit or becoming a wanderer. And the universe is literally sending you a cosmic sign to help you make that choice.
But how do I know if I'm at that point?
You already know. That's why you're watching this. That's why you're still here. Because some part of you, your intuition, recognized that this message was for you, that this image of a free, unbound cosmic object was speaking directly to something inside you.
So the fact that I'm watching this is significant?
It's very significant, because the soul of the world doesn't just send messages into the void, it sends them to people who are ready to receive them, and you're ready. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Okay, that's kind of intense.
It is, because your life is about to change. Not necessarily in a dramatic way, but in a real way. Because once you know that freedom is possible, once you see it, like you're seeing it right now, you can't unknow it.
So what happens next?
That depends on you. But here's what Hillman would say. The universe has sent you the message. Now it's your job to respond. And there are 3 ways you can respond to this message.
Okay, I'm listening.
Response 1. You can ignore it. You can finish this video, go back to your life, and pretend you never saw 3-eye atlas. Pretend you never heard about the wanderer archetype. Pretend you don't know that freedom is possible. And you'll be fine. You'll be comfortable. You'll stay in your orbit.
That's an option?
It's always an option. Free will is real. The universe doesn't force anything on you. But here's the cost. You'll spend the rest of your life wondering, what if? You'll feel that longing, that sense that something's missing, because your intuition will keep calling you, and you'll keep ignoring it.
Okay, that sounds depressing. What's response 2?
Response 2, you can do the practices. You can meditate on the image, you can journal about your orbits, you can take hyperbolic walks, and you can let your intuition wake up. But you don't act on it. You just let it sit there. You become conscious of what you need to change, but you don't actually change it.
Why would someone do that?
Because consciousness without action is comfortable. You get to feel like you're evolving without actually having to risk anything. You get to say, oh, I'm on a spiritual journey while staying exactly where you are.
That sounds like spiritual bypassing.
Exactly. And Hillman would say that's actually worse than ignoring the message. Because at least if you ignore it, you're not lying to yourself. But if you become conscious and then refuse to act, you're betraying your own soul.
Okay, that's harsh. What's response 3?
Response 3, you do the practices. Your intuition wakes up, you see clearly what needs to change, and then you actually change it. Not recklessly, not impulsively, but consciously, deliberately. You become a wanderer.
And that's the path Hillman would recommend?
That's the path the soul of the world is inviting you to walk. And it's not easy. It requires courage, it requires facing your fears, it requires letting go of identities and structures that have defined you.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it because it's real, because you're finally living your actual life instead of someone else's idea of what your life should be, because you're finally becoming yourself. The Wanderer's Promise. Now here's what Hillman understood that most people don't. Becoming a wanderer doesn't mean you have to leave everything. It doesn't mean you have to burn your life down and start over.
It doesn't?
It means you get to choose what you keep and what you release. It means you stop doing things out of obligation and start doing things out of alignment. It means you become conscious about every orbit you're in.
So I might stay in some orbits?
You might, but you'll be choosing to stay. And that choice, that conscious choice, that's freedom. That's what the Wanderer is about.
So it's not about rejecting everything.
It's about rejecting unconsciousness. It's about refusing to live on autopilot. It's about saying, I'm going to be aware of every choice I make, and I'm going to make sure it's mine.
And 3-eye atlas is the symbol of that.
3-eye atlas is the cosmic proof that it's possible. It's traveling through space right now, completely free, completely itself, and it's saying to you, this is possible for you too. Not someday, now. So here's what I want you to do, right now, before you do anything else.
What?
I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine 3-eye atlas. This object that traveled millions of years through the void. This object that's not trapped by anything. This object that's completely, utterly free.
Okay, I'm doing it.
And I want you to ask yourself one question. What part of me is like 3i Atlas? What part of me is already free, already unbound, already itself?
That's a powerful question.
It is, because the answer is all of you. Your entire being is already free. You just forgot. You got caught in orbits, you got told who you're supposed to be. But underneath all that, at your core, you're a wanderer. You're the wanderer. You're 3i Atlas.
So I just have to remember?
You just have to remember. And then you have to live like you remember every single day. The final call to action. Okay, so here's where we are. You've learned about the cosmic visitor. You've learned about the wanderer archetype. You've learned about the soul of the world. You've learned 3 practices to develop your intuition, and you've learned that this message arrived in 2025 specifically for you.
So what now?
Now comes the real work. Now comes the part where you actually do something with this information.
And what would you recommend?
I would recommend this. Start with the practices. Today, right now. Do the image meditation. Spend 10 minutes with 3i Atlas. Let your intuition speak. And then come back and tell us what happened.
In the comments?
In the comments, or in your own private journal, or in a conversation with someone you trust. But share it. Because the moment you speak your intuition out loud, it becomes real. It becomes part of the collective consciousness.
And that matters.
That matters everything. Because every person who wakes up to their own freedom, every person who becomes a wanderer, every person who starts living their actual life, that ripples out. That changes the world.
So by doing these practices, I'm not just changing myself.
You're participating in a collective awakening. You're joining millions of other people who are hearing this same message from the soul of the world. You're becoming part of a movement toward freedom.
That's beautiful.
It is. And it starts with you, right now, with one meditation, with one journal entry, with one hyperbolic walk.
Okay, I'm ready.
Good. But before you go, I want to say this. If you found this video meaningful, if this message resonated with you, if you felt that cosmic visitor speaking to your soul, subscribe to the channel. Because we're going to keep exploring these messages. We're going to keep diving into the language of the soul of the world. We're going to keep helping you develop your intuition and break free from the orbits that are holding you back.
And if you want to go deeper, if you want to explore this more, if you want to connect with others who are on this journey,
join our community. Because you're not alone in this. There are thousands of people who are waking up right now, who are becoming wanderers, who are listening to their intuition. And they're all here in this community, supporting each other.
so subscribe, join the community, do the practices, and then come back and tell us what changed in your life.
Because the universe is waiting to hear from you. The soul of the world is waiting to see what you do with this message. And 3i Atlas is still out there, traveling through space, showing us all what freedom looks like.
So what are you waiting for?
Your intuition already knows. Listen to it.
All right, before you go, I have some questions for you. And I want you to answer them in the comments right now.
Yeah, don't just disappear. Stay with us.
First question. What orbit are you currently in that doesn't belong to you? The one you've been avoiding. The one your intuition keeps telling you to leave. Write it in the comments. Be honest. Be vulnerable.
Because here's the thing. The moment you name it, it loses power. The moment you say it out loud, even in a comment, you're taking the first step toward freedom.
Second question. What would you do if you were completely free? If there were no consequences, no judgment, no one telling you what you're supposed to be? what would you actually do?
Write that down too, because your answer to that question, that's your Daimon speaking. That's your intuition showing you what you came here to be.
And third question, this is the big one. Are you ready to become a wanderer? Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Are you ready to start the practices? Are you ready to listen to your intuition? Are you ready to break free?
Write yes in the comments if you're ready. Or write, I'm working on it. Or write whatever feels true for you. But write something, because the act of writing is the act of committing.
And here's why this matters. When you write in the comments, you're joining a community. You're connecting with thousands of other people who are on the same journey, who are asking the same questions, who are becoming wanderers too.
You're not alone in this. And the moment you realize that, the moment you see all these other comments from people just like you, something shifts. You realize, oh, this is real. This is happening. I'm part of something bigger.
So here's what I need from you. And I'm going to be direct about this.
Yeah, no beating around the bush.
If this video resonated with you, if you felt that cosmic visitor speaking to your soul, if you're ready to develop your intuition and break free from your orbits,
then hit that like button right now. Don't wait. Don't think about it. Just do it.
because here's the thing, the algorithm is listening. And when you like this video, you're telling YouTube, this matters, this is important, show this to more people.
And more people need to see this, because the soul of the world is sending this message to everyone. Not just you, but your friends, your family, your coworkers, the people in your life who are also trapped in orbits they don't belong in.
So like this video, and then, this is crucial, subscribe to the channel, because this is just the beginning.
We're going to keep exploring these messages. We're going to keep diving deeper into intuition, freedom, and spiritual development. We're going to keep showing you how to decode what the universe is trying to tell you.
And if you're not subscribed, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the next cosmic message. You're going to miss the next tool for developing your intuition. You're going to miss your own awakening.
So subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you get notified every time we upload, because the universe doesn't wait, and neither should you.
Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That's the trifecta. But here's the thing. Liking and subscribing, that's just for you. That's about your own journey.
But sharing is about the collective. Sharing is about changing the world.
I want you to think about someone in your life right now. Someone who's trapped in an orbit. Someone who's asking the same questions you're asking. Someone whose intuition is calling them to freedom, but they don't know how to listen.
That person needs to see this video. They need to know that 3I ATS exists. They need to understand the wanderer archetype. They need to learn the practices.
So share this video with them. Send it to them right now, in a text, in an email, in a DM, in a group chat, wherever you think they'll see it.
And here's what you can say. Hey, I just watched this video about developing intuition and breaking free from the things holding you back. I think you need to see this. It changed how I'm thinking about my life.
Because when you share this, you're not just sending them a video, you're sending them a lifeline. You're sending them permission to become a wanderer. You're sending them the message that the soul of the world is trying to reach them.
And that's powerful. That's how real change happens. Not through institutions, not through governments, but through people like you sharing messages with people you care about.
So share this video, and then, this is important, come back and tell us that you shared it. Write in the comments, I shared this with person's name, or I shared this with my community, or I'm sharing this with everyone I know.
Because when you declare it, when you say it out loud, you're making a commitment. You're saying, I'm part of this movement. I'm helping others wake up.
Okay, so we've got the likes, we've got the subscriptions, we've got the shares. But there's one more thing.
What's that?
I want to know, are you actually ready for this content? Because this isn't fluffy spiritual stuff. This isn't feel-good affirmations. This is real transformation.
This is about facing your fears, about leaving orbits, about becoming someone new. That takes courage.
So I'm going to ask you directly, are you prepared for what comes next? Are you prepared to have your mind blown? Are you prepared to question everything you thought you knew about freedom, about intuition, about who you're supposed to be?
Write in the comments, I'm ready, if you're prepared for this journey. Or, I'm nervous, but I'm in. Or write whatever feels true for you, but write something. Because the act of writing is the act of committing.
And here's the thing. The people who write, I'm ready, in the comments, those are the people who are going to transform their lives. Those are the people who are going to become wanderers. Those are the people who are going to change the world.
So be one of those people. Write it. Claim it. Say it out loud. I'm ready.
All right, so you've answered the questions, you've liked the video, you've subscribed, you've shared it with someone, you've declared that you're ready.
Now comes the next part of your journey.
Because we have 2 videos waiting for you, 2 different paths you can take, and you get to choose which one resonates with you right now.
On your screen, you're going to see 2 options.
Option 1, the Daimon within. How to recognize your true destiny. This video goes deeper into Hillman's concept of your personal destiny. It shows you how to distinguish between the life you think you're supposed to live and the life you actually came here to live.
This is for you if you're asking, who am I really? What am I supposed to be doing? How do I know if I'm on the right path?
Option 2, breaking the parental orbit. How to free yourself from inherited patterns. This video explores Hillman's critique of the parental fallacy, the idea that you're determined by your past, your family, your upbringing. It shows you how to break free from those inherited orbits.
This is for you if you're asking, why do I keep repeating my parents' patterns? How do I break free from my parents' expectations? How do I become myself instead of a copy of someone else?
Both videos are powerful. Both will transform how you see yourself and your life. But only one is calling to you right now.
So listen to your intuition. Which one makes your heart race a little bit? Which one makes you think, yes, I need to know this?
That's the one you should click on, because your intuition knows what you need to hear. Your intuition knows what's going to move you forward on your journey.
So look at the screen. You're going to see 2 video thumbnails, 2 titles, 2 promises.
And I want you to click on the one that calls to you. Don't think about it, don't analyze it, just feel it. Which one makes you feel more alive? Which one makes you feel like, this is exactly what I need right now?
Click on that one and continue your journey.
Because this isn't the end. This is just the beginning. This is the moment where you start becoming a wanderer.
This is the moment where you start listening to your intuition.
This is the moment where the soul of the world starts speaking to you more clearly.
So choose, click, and let's continue this journey together.
Before you go, I want to say this. Thank you. Thank you for watching this entire video. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you for being open to this message.
Because not everyone is ready to hear this. Not everyone is willing to question their orbits. Not everyone is brave enough to become a wanderer.
But you are, and that matters. That means something.
So go. Answer the questions in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs it, declare that you're ready.
And then click on one of those 2 videos and continue your journey.
Because 3i Iceless is still out there, traveling through space, showing us all what freedom looks like.
And you're about to become just like it. Free, unbound, yourself.
We'll see you in the next video.
Keep wandering.